song something a little bit different. It's kind of just plug and play. The whole thing is,
Right.
I agree
Which
with
is my go-to. Just plug and play, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like we take a lot more care in our stuff, but
Yeah.
a lot more innovative.
We Can Transit. Go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
Oh, would you look at that? We plugged the Weekend Transit. Go figure.
and Good Samaritans.
And other bands. So one more. We got time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your turn.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Let's do Creed.
Let's do Creed.
Let's just get it out of the way.
This is going to be hard.
I'll trash.
You'll trash?
I'll trash.
I'll cash.
Go ahead.
All right, so Tremonti all day.
That's a good first statement.
Okay, I even till this day, though I feel like I've come a long way as a guitarist and everything, I still find it difficult to play Tremonti because he has this way of integrating lead and rhythmic techniques into one style in which I'm like, okay, like, what? I look at a tab and I'll be like, how's it? Oh, hold on.
What is this?
What's that mean? And tabs are not supposed to be hard to read, people. They're supposed to be very easy to read. Tremonti's tabs? Nah, not at all. And then you got your boy Stapp. People like to say, oh, he stole from Eddie Vedder. Bull.
Oh,
Bull.
Okay, go ahead.
If he stole from Eddie Vedder, so did everyone else in that same genre.
Who?
Darius Rucker when he was with Hootie and the Blowfish.
Nah.
Stone Temple Pilots. I almost, if
But
Cornell
people also
didn't-
do hate on Stone Temple Pilots.
Sure, I don't know, but if Cornell didn't come before Eddie Vedder, I'd almost say that he did. If that's what we're going with.
Oh, not at all.
It's not that far off, in my opinion.
Oh,
Although, okay,
listen to
Vedder has a very that's Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair to say Stapp stole from him. I think that was the style of the time. I think Stapp had it, and I think he went with what was hot at the time.
You see, but that's the thing about Creed is that people say he didn't steal anything from Vedder because Vedder is the king of grunge to me. But it's not that he really stole it that I think that gets people's goose. I think it's the fact.
What does that even mean?
It means what it means. I think it's the fact that Scott Stapp came in and took Eddie Vedder's raw, angry vocals and turned them into radio rock, which Pearl Jam was radio rock at the time.
Radio rock. And not only that, but Scott Stapp, Creed in general stood for something completely different than
What is that?
Well, I mean, we all know Creed as kind of a somewhat, I don't want to say religious band, but they were kind of
It's because that's what
they
was
were
hot at the
Christian
time.
oriented.
We all knew that at the time, as growing up, me and you as Christian boys, our parents would not let us listen to that secular demon music. So Creed knew, if we sing songs about Christianity, then we'll get everybody. You know what I mean? We'll get people that aren't into that because our music is heavy, and we'll give something for the Christian people to listen to. And they kind of sold out going on that.
But to me, though, okay, I didn't know that Creed was supposed to be a quote-unquote Christian band until about 5 years ago when I was, in college. I never knew that because that's how well they played the part as just this positive alternative type music versus Christian music. When you turn on Christian music, we're talking like 10th Avenue North or I don't know who else. I can't think of any right now. But you're talking Christian music, this is like Christian rock. To me, Creed was not Christian rock. They were an alternative, kind of hard rock-esque band, but stood for things you could get behind, good messages. Not you have to be a Christian to relate. It was all
Christian innuendo, though.
Was it, though, or was it just innuendo of, what it is to be a good person?
Name a Creed song.
With Arms Wide Open.
That was about his son. Okay,
so
name another one.
Higher.
That was about heaven.
I mean,
Christian innuendo. Name another one.
Can you take...
Go ahead, name another one.
Don't do this to me.
Mom Prison, that was about dying a an unsaved, or let me think of a better link, a person that didn't turn to Christianity and then he meets God in a judgment room. That's what My Own Prison was about. I knew this because I was listening as a Christian and I was seeking that message because I was like, I can show this to my mom, and it's Christian. Also, they had another one that everybody forgets about was a bop.
Well, there's My Sacrifice.
It has to be Christian.
I mean, I don't. One Last Breath. That's a good one. That's just about dying.
Sing a little clip for me.
Is it? I don't know. I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember what that one is. It's.
That was one of my favorite Creed songs growing up because Mark Shmai's opening riff is absolutely ridiculous.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I may be wrong about what the song's about. I know I like the song, but it's been so long since I've listened to it that I don't remember at this point. All I know is, yes, I grew up listening to Creed not knowing they were Christian oriented. Yeah. I just thought that their music stood for something that was admirable, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, I really liked that style at the time. And Tremonti is...
And they came out of a time
innovative.
to where everything was so dark and gloomy because you had your grunge, which was destroying the scene at the time, which was all about, fighting depression and anger towards the government. And then you had Creed come out, and it was just bubblegum rock. I mean, you know what I mean?
Whatever. Fun fact, though, Motley Crue did a interview that I recently watched talking about how they hated the grunge era because it made everything so gloomy and so negative. And all they wanted to do was talk about how their lives were so miserable and unhappy that it was depressing. And all Motley Crue wanted to do was talk about
girls, sex, and drugs.
Sex, drugs, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so much happier.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I just felt like grunge was more real.
It's more real, man.
Yeah, that's how we all feel, and that's why the emo movement was so big, was because it's like all these bands like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, they weren't talking about real topics. You know what I mean? We live in a generation where we're told to like cover up our sadness or our whenever you're feeling alone, it's like stay alone. I don't want to hear that, and it's like that's what music does. It takes you to a place. And they were talking about that, so you could relate to that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and interesting, we may or may not have written a song that's actually 100% about that. It's called Quiet.
Quiet, my secrets are safe, good Samaritans.
But also Quiet, my secrets are safe.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just had to plug that because that's a conversation that I've had many times about that one thing, that thing you're just talking about, how, yes, we are told that life's not that bad. You don't have to worry about those little things. It's all trivial and whatnot, which ultimately, sure, maybe it is, but you're told to cover the frown and just keep smiling, pretend like everything's okay. We wrote a song about that. It's pretty heavy,
so
emotionally and instrumentally. Good stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, is Creed trash or cash?
Cash them all day, baby girl.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and cash them.
Cash them, boy. We would also
it hurt me to trash Creed. Go ahead.
For those listening, we'd love to know what you think. Trash or cash. Please give your best and worst on Creed.
On Creed. It should have been named Crease.
Worst on Creed. We want to know exactly how you feel about Creed and why we were wrong or right about what we said.
So I think that's a good time to wrap it up.
Me too. I need to step out for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've been listening to the Soundcheck podcast. Good Samaritans. Other Lake Charles bands, and Lafayette and Louisiana bands. Thank you so much, and tune in to the next episode. Bye.
Yeah. Listen to Cable by Good Samaritans.